is Chloe Demare of Save the Victor Roll. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. It is another video from your older than average YouTuber here on the YouTubes. And today it is our another installment in Basket of Shame. So if you want to see the items that are in here that we still haven't used from the last time, possibly some new things, you're in the right place. And you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. Hey, it has been a hot minute. I just had a busy week last week. Most of the stuff that I wanted to film kind of fell through. So it took me a while to think of what to do. And then I saw this bad boy here. This is my basket of shame. This is some stuff that I was gifted and not used, bought that I've not used. And there might be one or two things around here that I've only used once or twice. So I thought we would do that today. I'm going to do a quick overview and then I'm going to go into voiceover mode because I don't have a lot of time today. And I thought it would just be a little bit easier as I'm futzing around here. But let's see some of the things that I have. So one of the things I have here, I was gifted a Beauty Bakery blush. So this is so pretty, so I thought we maybe would play with that today. I have from Rude Cosmetics the Bite Me palette. I got this from Martha. She got one of the mystery boxes. And I was almost going to put it in my declutter, but I hadn't used it. I thought it was really pretty, so I thought let's do it. I have the shimmer palette from Believe Beauty. I did put away, my neighbor grabbed it, the all neutral one that was mattes with a few shimmers. This is the all shimmer palette. I have this one I've had forever from Sample Beauty, this liquid green that I've not tried. I have this was gifted from Wilma. I'm so excited to try the Artitude Cosmetics powder. And then I also have a few like smaller things. So I was gifted from Martha this Medusa's makeup a shimmery eyeshadow here in blue. It is so gorgeous. I haven't quite decided what I want to do yet eyeshadow wise. Then I had got this in an ice cream beauty box and I don't think I used it. I think I just swatched it, and this is from Chantico Beauty. So I wanted something more fancy shimmers. I have a lip gloss. I have another liquid eyeshadow. I got that from Martha as well. From Wilma, I got a Morphe lip pencil that I've not used. And then I bought this last time and I only used a teeny squidge of it in my inner corner, so you never know if we want to use this. The Chameleon liquid eyeshadow from a Beauty Moon. And then I have from the Body Shop, I have a Out for Love from the Pride collection, a liquid highlighter, and I have a Second Skin foundation. So I thought that is what we're going to try and use today. And then I think I have a few bits and bobs here just in case. So anyways, let's get on to putting makeup on our face. Of course, we're going to start with primer. This is the Believe Beauty primer that I got in my video that we did a trade with It's Me, Deb. I really, really like this. This one goes perfectly with the foundation that I got sent as well, which was also by Believe Beauty, which I think is one of my favorite mid to almost full, depending on how you put it, foundations. But I really did like this primer a lot. It's very glowy, goes on really, really light, no perfume, no anything. So now this is Second Skin by the Body Shop. I was out shopping with, I think, Martha, and boy, the birds are on fire today. So I was out with Martha, and we've heard different things about what's going on with the Body Shop, that they may close down or stop online sales. It might just be Europe, maybe here. The girls at the Body Shop there said that nothing seems to be affecting what was going on with them. But when we saw a few things that we wanted to try, we thought, well, you know what? This could be our last shot. They were having a sale, so I managed to get a good deal on this kind of a glowy. It's more like I would say like a tinted moisturizer, or slightly heavier than your normal tinted moisturizer. It is also quite glowy, but it seems to be working quite nicely with this foundation. So Yeah, I used it once before. I think I had done a video and I had hinted that it was something, if it worked out, I would try again or maybe film, and I never got around to it, so I thought, why not? So now we're gonna powder. I'm really excited. So this is the shade Organza. This is the Artitude Cosmetics new powder. It came in various shades, but Wilma did an order and she got an extra one, and she knew I was wanting to try it, so she sent one to me so that I can give it a go. It comes with a cute little poof in your square, kind of like Huda Beauty packaging. It's got this nice protective lid, and then this plastic in here took like just forever to get off. It was, well, tight, so at least that way things will not get all over the place. Yeah, so that took a hot minute, but there we go. It was quite good in there. And of course, I don't want everybody to listen to the struggle bus that was to get off. But there we go, nice and protective. It has one of those kind of like screens on top so your powder doesn't get everywhere. And then the little sponge went in very easily. As you can see, it's right away mattifying the super glowy primer and foundation that we had going. It's Organza, I think it's kind of a lightish pink shade, has no smell to it, which is nice. Not that I don't mind scents in things, especially in some powders, but sometimes when you have a few other things on your skin, maybe layering scents isn't the best idea, but so far I'm enjoying the powder. We'll see how the makeup holds all day with this combination, but like I said, you can see here that it is nicely making everything matte, but not too matte. So it's still, you can still see a teeny bit of glow. Oh yeah, my hair needs a hair flower. The way I parted it is weird, but here we are. Okay, so I'm just going to use, this is the Sydney Bather, and it's in my project pan, so I thought we might as well give that a go and keep using it. I don't have any bronzers. I just have a few that are kind of like in my project pan, but I don't really have anything that I've not used before. And dang the birds today. I'm tempted to cover them up and see if that helps any. Alrighty, so now it is time for some eyebrow pencil. This is with the Makeup Geek. It's of course not available anymore, but I bought it in the last final sale of the dregs that they had left. I really quite liked Makeup Geek. So there we go. And this one matches my natural eyebrows pretty good. I did darken them a teeny bit the last time I did my hair, and covering the birds did not help, so I've uncovered them again. I think they were reacting to themselves in some of the background here when I kept forgetting to put the background noise volume off. But there we go, we've got some brows done there. Just kind of fill in a few bald spots and shape it a little bit is basically what I do. So next up is some blush, woohoo! So this is from Beauty Bakery. I got this from Wilma in a pile of stuff when she did a declutter to see if I was interested in, and I sure was. Look at that last shade, woo, that is intense, but we are going to a, what do I want to call it, like a market, I guess, but it's a flea market. There we go, we're going to a flea market today, so I don't think I need to be that crazy and dolled up for the flea market. I'm just going to put some overalls, a t-shirt on, and of course a full face of war paint, because when do I not? And this is quite the blush here. I'm definitely going to do a bit of a buff, but it is a very pretty color. I really like this little brush from Flower Nose. It seems to disperse the blushers really, really nicely. So if you get a freebie of one of these, or you can add this in if you're buying from them, because they are a bit pricey. I did like this little blush. Brush, yes. I don't know why I always mix up blush with brush and brush with blush, but here we go. So now it is highlighter time. This is the Out of Love from the Body Shop. They had these on sale. They're relatively cheap. I want to say like $5 or something. I think it was, I wouldn't be surprised it was from the previous year Pride, because I think when I bought this, Pride hadn't happened yet. So I don't know why it was on sale. But anywho, there were two different ones. This one was in purple. I forgot about that. And I had bought another one and I had sent that one to Wilma. I don't know if she's tried it yet. I'm not sure if she's a fan of cream highlighters. I like and dislike them. If they're good, they're good. If they're bad, they're bad. Looking at you, Charlotte Tilbury, for the bad. But this one is really quite pretty. And then blending it out, it goes nicely with the pink blush is what I'm trying to get at here in my rambling sort of ways. So it is buff time. We're using the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. It is not a translucent powder. It does have a smidge of color. I think this would have been definitely be another one as well that would done well to set a like skin tint or add a little bit more color to a super light foundation. But I did this super lightest of hands here because what I wanted to do is just buff to blend everything nicely together to give it a little bit more of a seamless look. But then I'm doing the makeup, haha. So now we're using some setting spray to set all this stuff together here. This is one from Maybelline. I won this in one of the contests. I can't remember. And wow, as soon as I start talking, there go the burps. I'm really sorry if this is annoying to you. I am trying to lower the background noise. So we've got some P. Louise. This is Rumor 2. We're going to be using this for our eye primer. I got this as a free with purchase, or I should say Wilma got this with a free with purchase when she lovingly gifted me the blue P. Louise palette that I had been eyeing for what feels like a million years. So there we go, we found the brush we needed. My cart that I normally have makeup and stuff on is full of birthday presents and some other stuff. So hopefully I'll get my little trolley back soon. So I just have stuff on a little chair and whatever. So it takes me a little bit to find things. But I really like this base. I can see why they got so popular with it. I've heard from people that it doesn't work for everything, and I can't remember. I think there was one brand that the eye primer didn't work for, but this was a long time ago. So since I've been using other P. Louise bases, I haven't seemed to have that problem again. But I know some people like it, some people don't, but I really do like it. So let's look at some shadows here. So that is the Believe Beauty. That one's an all shimmer palette. And then we've got this one here from Rude Cosmetics, I believe. I'm just trying to show. There we go. Take off the plastic. Should have done that before, but here we are. It's a half neutral, half pop of color. Most of the mattes are in the neutral spectrum, so we're just going to go with that one there. And my plan with this is to, besides kind of setting the primer a teeny bit, is kind of using a neutral shade, can kind of lay out how I want the eyeshadow to sit, how I can get do that little bit of a swoop without having to commit to a color, or if I screw it up, having to fix it. But using a neutral shade nicely lines it out. So it's kind of like doing double duty, I guess. But it's really nice. It's a nice smooth formula. I quite like it. You can see it is giving a bit of color. I usually use the lightest shade, but I went one a little bit more just so I can, of course, see where I'm trying to lay things out. But it is mattifying the primer a little bit and setting it, and I can still see where the shape is for when I pick my next color. Okay, so we're going to pick the kind of red maroon shade in here. And I thought what I'm going to do is now, following the guideline I set, try to make myself a winged shape, but I'm just going to do the outer edge because, well, I haven't decided what the next color is going to be, but I thought, again, this is a nice one to try and test the colors with, and then to do my shape. This color also matches in a little bit with our blush as well. So I think this is a great shade for our second shade. Okay, so we've got it laid out there, but I wasn't quite feeling that it was going up enough. So I'm just taking my sponge that is still damp,
Just going to wing it out a little bit more and then even it out a bit. It looks like the one side needs a little bit more color because the one is a little bit higher up. I've been trying these days, I might have mentioned this ad nauseum, to not go too high because I find if it's too close to the brow, it doesn't suit me as much. If I do rounded looks, it's a little bit better, but when I do winged out looks, I like it to be a little bit closer to my mobile lid than having it up to my eyebrow. Okay, so we decided blue. Because we have all those blue shimmers, the Beauty Moon and the one from Medusa's Makeup, I thought a blue matte will work. This is the only blue matte that I had available. It is the darker shade, so that will probably dictate or will dictate the shimmer that we end up using. But I do like Rude Cosmetics. I have 2 other palettes. I think I had 3 other previously. One I had given away because just the color story wasn't my color story. But I've kept the other 2, I believe, the blue and the purple one, because I really do like their quality. They're very affordable. I love their cleansing balm. I like their setting sprays. Those are some of my favorites. The eyeshadow palettes are sometimes a little much. I think that's what the thing is. It's definitely giving the looks of them sometimes a little bit Claire's makeup, but the quality is really, really good. So if you see a palette that speaks to you, I would highly recommend Rude Cosmetics, but you'll see if you like the look that we finish here. So we're going to use the blue on the bottom lash line as well. For most of this look, I've been using the same brush. I think it's from Juvia's Place. I just washed all my brushes. I'm just not in the mood to wash a billion more. So I probably would be using maybe one more brush, 2 tops, because, you know, we're lazy and we don't want to wash brushes all the time. But we also want to have nice, clean brushes. So there we go. Okay, all done. Or mostly all done. I'm just going to do a little bit more of the blue to kind of fill it in a little bit. I have to admit, I was being a little bit more cautious because I didn't want a full face of blue, but this has been doing really well. So there's been no fallout with this palette. So it's pretty good. So next up, we need to figure out what shimmer that we want to use. So we have 2 choices here. We have the Beauty Moon and we have the Medusa's Makeup. So I did use the Beauty Moon for an inner corner before, and it's nice and bright, but I've not used Medusa's Makeup, or I cannot remember. I know they have a bag that they do monthly, I believe, with their own makeup. And I think they did like a lipstick bag maybe as well in the past. I do remember seeing it floating around, and I think Alexa Ryan, is that her name? Anyways, that she unboxes some of their bags. I've been wanting to try it. So I just used my Maybelline setting spray on the brush because, again, I don't know this brand and I didn't want a full face of blue sparkle, but it seems to be going on quite nicely with the brush. We're getting some color there, some sparkle. So it looks really, really good. But, you know, we're going to need to use our finger to see if we get any more payoff, which, let me see, do we? Oh, what a pretty shade. And yeah, we do. So now you can see the more brightness of the blue, right? The darkness was kind of poking through more when I use the brush. So the finger definitely is the trick for this one. And yeah, there we go. We got some shimmer going. Okay, so for the inner corner, we're going to use the lightest shade in the Believe Beauty palette. It's kind of a champagne-y with maybe a little bit of pink in it. So there we go. Look, I'm using another brush. Woohoo! So we're going to use that for the inner corner just to give a little brightness and to finally use something from this palette. It is really cute. Like I said, I've been really enjoying the foundation from Believe Beauty. I love the primer from Believe Beauty. And it looks like, at least with the shimmer, it is really, really good. So I will definitely play with this again. Okay, so some eyeliner time. This is one that I've been using for the last little while. It's actually lasting a really long time. It's probably at least 2 months that I've been using this, maybe even 3 for almost every eye look. This is just, I think I paid $1 for it. It has a little star at one end and then the eyeliner at the other. I got this, I believe, at a little Asian store that we have at a mall called Metro. I believe it was at Metrotown here. And yeah, I rarely go out to that mall because it's absolute chaos. It's one of our bigger malls on a transit line, and especially on weekends or holidays, it's absolutely mad. Yay! We're opening up a new Lash Princess by Essence. It is my favorite affordable mascara. I've pretty much finished up, I believe, the Believe Beauty one and the sample I have of the Charlotte Tilbury, which I really like, but it is so expensive. I have one more sample left. I kind of keep them for in between when I forget to buy mascara and I need one, so those little samples come in handy. But for $4.99, or maybe it's gone up $1. No, I think it's I think I paid $4.99 last time. But if not, $5.99. That's still really good for a mascara. And with that, along with the liner, it makes me look like I have a little bit of lashes. Alrighty, so we're going to start with the Morphe Lip Pencil. Just heads up, this is going to be a little bit of a weird combo because I just want to use what's in my basket or things I haven't used in a while. So this is a very bright pink, and the lipstick I picked is a strange neutral that I hadn't used in a while, but I like. So this will be an interesting combo, so heads up there. But this is a nice pencil, not too emollient, not too stiff, which I quite like. So not bad for a brand that I have no idea. Are they a thing? Are they not a thing? Whatever. So anyways, I've got this one here from Unearthly Cosmetics. I already had this set, but I got another set from Wilma, which I'm very excited because I do like their formula. But this is a very odd, neutral, almost kind of a poopy brown, but with a little bit of the pink underneath. I think it gives a little bit of a mauve add to it, so it's a little less browny brown, but I do like that color. Weirdly, I've gotten into neutrals, especially if I'm going to go out for coffee or something and I don't want red lipstick absolutely everywhere. All right, we've let it dry, and now we're going to put on a little bit of gloss. So this is a gloss that I've not used yet. It's a peachy gloss, but it isn't a milky gloss, so I'm not worried about it adding any color, just adding some shine now that the lips have dried down a bit. I do love the smell. Not a gloss fan, but if they smell this good. And there we go, using from our basket of shame. Since I'm going on to a low consumption thing due to finances, we need to use what we have. I know, I say it all the time. So for base, I use the Believe Beauty primer. I'm running out. I really do like this. If I'm ever down in the States, I'll pick up some more. The Second Skin by The Body Shop. It is a very light. It is almost no coverage. I mean, I suppose maybe you could build it up, or if you used a brush, but I like that it just kind of evens stuff out, so I do enjoy this. I have used it once before, but other than that, I've never, so I thought put it in there. This, I had never used the Out Loud. It's very pretty. I forgot that it was purple. I did look at the samples in the store, but I think it worked out really well. I mean, the star of the show will be the organza powder from Artitude Cosmetics. I think it looked really nice. I think it worked really well with this. I think this combo worked really well together, just to try and even some stuff out a little bit and not too heavy. Didn't have a smell. It goes on really lightly. I like that it's got the little like sieve on top, so you just kind of push into it to get the powder with your sponge or with your brush, so a little bit less wastage. And then the Beauty Bakery blushes here, the set of 3. This is really, really cute. I believe Beauty Bakery has now sold to another company,
No, I thought they were going to close and now they sold to somebody else, or maybe they just got bought out. I don't know quite the whole story, but I was gifted this because Wilma wasn't really using it and asked if I wanted it. And I hadn't had a chance to use too much of Beauty Bakery. I had used their lip whips in the past, which I wasn't a huge fan of. But I thought, yeah, give that a try. I also used, when I did my buff, once I had the blush and highlighter in, I had got this Rimmel Stay Matte with my collab with It's Me Deb, and I've not had a chance to, oh yeah, it smells like old school makeup, I love it. Haven't had to use it, so I put it in my project pan, so I was actually really excited when I saw it in my little bucket there, because I was like, oh no, I forgot to press powder. No, I didn't. There we go. So definitely want to go and use that. I used a Makeup Geek eyebrow. The lip liner was Morphe. I'm just grabbing them as I'm grabbing them. It felt really nice. The typical pencil. I mean, you don't really see it, but I had this one from Unearthly Cosmetics that I haven't used very much. So I just made this slightly mauvier, maybe a little less neutrally brown, but I do like this. I've just weirdly gotten into colors like that before. Oh yes, I forgot my eye primer was a P. Louise. My setting spray, I had won this in a contest because I usually don't use Maybelline, but this is the Maybelline Lasting Fix. But we got it, let's use it. And lip gloss, I don't know what brand this is. It came in a little bag. I think I got it from Wilma. And I just thought, just throw it on top for a little bit extra shimmer. So now let's talk about eyes, which is always everybody's favorite. I just used my black eyeliner that I've been using for the last little while that I got from a little Asian makeup store. But so what we started with was using from Rude Cosmetics, their Bite Me palette. It is, I think it's really good. So I usually use the lightest one, but I went one a little bit darker. So I use this neutral shade just to kind of blend out and just give me an idea of kind of where I wanted to shape my lid. Then I just use this kind of a reddish color because I wasn't quite sure where I was going, if I was going to do red with a little purple. But then I definitely had those blue shimmers in there. So I just used a little bit of red to, again, shape out the edge. And then the only matte blue in here was this really dark one, but I think that worked as a base. That was why I ended up using the Medusa one instead of the one from Beauty Moon. But I love Beauty Moon. I know all their stuff works. I have not used Medusa's makeup before that I can remember. It doesn't feel very nice on the finger. It has not quite gritty, but it's definitely very stiff. It doesn't have a super smooth formula. But that said, once I used the finger, it went okay with the brush and the spray, but once I used the finger there, we really got our bang for our buck. It probably would have been a smidge brighter if I didn't have a darker blue underneath, but I think it did really well. So maybe not always having a super, super smooth formula is needed, because this seemed to stick really well and didn't get anywhere, because I was going to do my eyes first and ended up doing base first. So here we are, went into autopilot. So there we go. And then just because we hadn't had a chance to use this yet, so I just took the lightest shimmer there. It's kind of a, I guess, a champagne with a hint of pink for the inner corner there. And that's our look using our basket of shame. If you like this video, please give it a like, a comment, and maybe hit that subscribe button, notification button. You know the drill. And if not, that's okay. We can still be friends. We can still try doing this low consumption thing together. And as always, behave, make good choices. We'll talk to you soon. Okay.